If you are looking to take your cooking to the next level in that your kitchen just like I did, then this mackerel in tomato sauce is for you. And hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. This recipe is inspired by Nana's kitchen, and you can see how soft it is. It's so good, it's so rich in flavor, highly concentrated, and will turn any meal around in seconds, in minutes, literally. Look at one of the pastries I made with it, so delicious. Come along with me to my kitchen and see how I made my own version of this mackerel in tomato sauce. Alright family, I have tweaked a lot of this recipe to suit the ingredients I have available in my kitchen, and I am going to drop a list of each and every one of them in the description box for your convenience. Yes, for the original recipe, Nana's kitchen used fresh tomatoes, but I got some tomato sauce, and yeah, I did it with the fresh tomato. When I tried it the first time, fantastic. I tried it with my tomato sauce, which I like to keep in bulk, and it was equally fantastic. Okay, so for you to get the benefit of this, I plan to upload a recipe of my homemade tomato sauce so that you will benefit from it as well. Now I have about 6 mackerel. Remember something she said in that video? She said, make a batch. Trust me, make a batch, because you will want to have this again and again. It is so versatile. So my fish has been cleaned and washed, and I have gone ahead to put them in a baking dish like so. I am going to season with some rosemary, dry rosemary, fresh thyme, chili pepper, salt, just a tiny little bit of seasoning, that's Asian seasoning, some soy sauce. The original recipe calls for Worcestershire sauce, but I'm just laughing at the name. I hope I didn't murder that, but she called for a substitution with soy sauce, and that's what I have been using for the 4 times that I have made this recipe. This is my 4th time, and I feel qualified enough to share. Okay, so now I have added some dry ginger. You can go ahead and use some onion powder, some garlic powder, whatever marinade you have. Easy, simple marinade. Okay, mix all of that together, set aside as we begin to process the rest of our ingredients. I'll check my description box for a link to Nana's kitchen recipe, to that video, so that you can watch and learn from the master. I tell you, it is a fantastic recipe. So we are going to prep onion, green pepper, ginger, garlic, and the lemon and the lime there is because we want the zest, because in the original video she emphasized on it having the citrusy flavor, which I tell you, it really makes a difference. It intensifies the flavor of this dish and makes it even more aromatic. Okay, you can use bell peppers, but I do not have bell peppers available, so I am using just a green pepper, and then I am using an apple. An apple will bring a sort of sweetness. It's not going to be too much, but it has a way of balancing out. I've made it before without it, and I've made it with it, and it is fantastic. You want to use olive oil for this recipe, and in here I added my olive oil on fire, and I am adding some dried thyme and some dried rosemary. She used fresh ingredients for this, but this is what I have, and it's still fantastic. Okay, and then some black peppercorns. All right, we're going to toast that a bit and let it fry for about 1 to 2 minutes. Add our ginger and garlic fresh. So this is to release the flavors, and of course it will intensify that in the original product. Add your onions and apple, and we're going to fry until it is slightly caramelized. So do not be intimidated if you watch her video and you feel, oh my god, there's a lot of ingredients. I have simplified the recipe for you. Okay, so now you're going to add our peppers, and I'm using one habanero pepper, and of course the green pepper. So this is slightly caramelized. I'm going to turn that into my blender, let it cool down a bit, and I am going in with my tomato sauce. Now the reason I'm using the apple is because my tomato sauce does have some seeds in it, because if you are using normal tomatoes, you need to deseed it so that it will remove a lot of the tanginess. Okay, so that apple balances it out. Now we're going to blend all of this together into a nice, fine, smooth paste. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Smash the subscribe button and notification bell. That way you never miss a clip. Okay? Woo! Look at how vibrant and beautiful these colors are. We are going to pour the sauce in a pan, and you want to lower the heat at this point so that it doesn't start to bubble over. I rinsed that with some water, and look at that, so beautiful. She did not use tomato paste in this recipe, but I am using some tomato paste in my own recipe. Okay. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit of our tomato paste at this point. I'm just thinning it out and spreading it so it cooks evenly. Smelling so good. Oh my god, I use this for my stir fries, I use this for jollof rice, I use this to make pastries, I use this in pasta. Oh, pasta has been the biggest culprit. Yes, you don't need to eat it as it is because it is highly concentrated in flavors, but add it to your dish. Ooh, the umami is on another level. Now I added the tomato paste, and we're going to mix all of that together. So you see why you need to cook that on low heat. See how it's beginning to bubble. You don't want that splatter all over. I am using dried bay leaves. The original recipe calls for fresh bay leaves, but this is what we have available. We never get stranded here. Okay, so I'm going to really tone down the heat, and this cooked for about 20 minutes, always going back to stir occasionally. Okay, and then you pop the lid out, open a bit so the water it concentrates. Sorry, I can't remember what I want to say, but I know why I did it, but I can't remember. Anyway, stir all of that together and take out the bay leaves. It's time to season. When you see the oil begin to come to the top, it's time for you to season. I season with some salt, some Asian seasoning, some soy sauce. Mix all of that together. You can use any other seasoning of your choice. And it's time to implicate our fish. Don't forget, our fish is seasoned as well. So we are going to drop that one after the other into this rich, delicious, umami, beautiful looking tomato sauce. Ooh. Just look at that. Divine. So you want to rinse out the water from your marinade and add into that, and then gently mix all of that. Use the sauce to cover the fish so that the fish can be submerged into the sauce. And there is going to be, I like how Sister Madam put it here, there's going to be an infusion, I'm using my English, an interaction, a release, an exchange of flavors, yes, that's the word, between the mackerel fish and the tomato of sauce. And it's so good, I tell you. Look at that, so rich, so beautiful. This is ready. You Practically gonna poach this for about 40 to 50 minutes. That's how long it took me to get the desired consistency on very low heat. You are poaching the fish so that it gets really soft, and the exchange of flavors, oh my god, you know how delicious mackerel fish can be. So imagine how tasty the tomato sauce will be, and the mackerel as well. Look at that, soft. Can you see that? This is what we're looking for. Turn off the heat, and I package mine in containers and keep refrigerated or in the freezer depending on the quantity I am making. So tell me what is not to like about this mackerel in tomato sauce. Are you going to give it a try, or are you just going to let it pass? With the way the economy is going, this is the season for DIY, I tell you. How much is canned geisha now? This is a version. This is similar to canned geisha. How much is it? Oh my god. How much is sardine? Make yours in your kitchen. Come back and thank us later for taking the pains to bring this amazing recipes to your table. I use this with to make this delicious pastry, bread puffs, and it was so good, so good. It finished literally in less than 30 minutes while it was warm. Look at that, so soft, and the bones are very soft as well. I made jollof rice with it, I've made pasta with it, and I'll share some of the recipes that I have been using this amazing dish for. Look at that. You don't need anybody to tell you this is yummy, right? Oh yeah, you don't. I hope to see you in my next video. Have a beautiful time, and I use it for my stir fry recipe.